The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
A pair of normal dudes
Reading paranormal stories.
Mr. X, tell me, you ever been awake at 3 a.m.?
I'm awake at 3 a.m. every day. Sadly.
What are you doing at 3 a.m.?
Usually I'm getting back from lunch.
Oh, yeah, the 3 a.m. lunchtime.
Yeah. Or last night at 3 a.m. I was making myself dinner. So or I guess it would have been breakfast at that point, but
Now during those dinners and breakfasts and whatnot, do you ever feel haunted?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
not at all.
that's the end of my line of questioning.
It's a weird thing because since I'm awake at nights or whatnot, I do tend to wake up at 2 p.m. the nefarious 2 p.m. And usually it's because I have to really pee or I'm super dehydrated. But yeah, no, that's about my extent. No, I'm always awake at 3 a.m. and it's never scary. I'll say that. But then again, when I'm awake, all the lights are on and stuff. So it's not like a dark room that I'm waking up into with a sinister sensation, you know?
Right.
Are you ever awake at 3 a.m.?
Sometimes. You know what? I was the other day. For my birthday, a friend of mine in Canada, got a hold of my Steam account and bought me the second God of War game, the newer ones. And I was off work the next day. I didn't have anything going on, so I just played that for as long as I could. And by the time I looked at the clock, it was around 4 a.m. And tell you what, the ripe age of 33 can't keep me down.
I remember used to sometimes when we were living together in Colorado Springs, I'd wake up at like 5 a.m. You'd be just going to bed. Yeah.
Well, see, in the Springs, I had a really weird work schedule. Like there were days where I didn't even know if I was working. And it was always an evening thing. So if I could justify my work schedule by 8 hours, yeah, I could totally go to bed at 5 a.m.
Anything spooky ever happen?
Oh my God, yes. All the time. That house was so scary. To be fair, that house was old. So like it always creaked or the windows wouldn't shut or the doors were loud.
Yeah. Yeah, there were times when we were living there early on where I'd have to wake up at 3 a.m. To get ready and then leave the house at 4 a.m.
Just to get at work? Get to work at what time?
At 7 a.m. I had to walk for 3 hours because, God, Colorado Springs sucks so bad. One, when we first moved there, it was just after the pandemic. Impossible to get an Uber or a Lyft. And then their buses didn't start until 7 a.m. So I literally had no way to get to work by 7 a.m.
Right.
And we lived all the way across town. So I was just like, fuck it. I guess I'll just walk. And it was all right. It was a nice little walk. There was nobody around. It got cold eventually, but that's about it. But no, I don't think I've ever had like a spooky overnight thing. Not like these people we're about to get into.
No, nothing close.
So you want to go ahead and start with your first story?
My first story is called "Do I Have a Ghost in-House or an Attachment?" This was posted into r/paranormal as of 18 hours ago. Flared with experience. It reads thusly. For the last couple years, some weird has been going on, and let me explain. I would wake up at 3 a.m. convinced someone was looking at me, just to actually wake up and realize no one was looking at me. I moved my mirror away from my bed, and this stopped. I often had dreams about me getting... This says... Psst.
Yeah. Psst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that... Yeah, is that...
Yeah, I think it's just like a psst, psst, psst.
Okay.
I think it's like someone calling a cat or something, but yeah.
Okay. Of me getting psst, or about the ghost being in my bedroom or house. I have been at college, so I haven't had any of these experiences. It only happens at home. This summer, it got more intense, in the sense that one night at 3 a.m., I woke up because it felt like something was on my legs. Another night at 7 a.m., I'm sticking with the 3 a.m. bit here. I woke up to a poster falling next to my head. Didn't care, so I closed my eyes. And another one immediately fell. Didn't care because 7 a.m., so I closed my eyes. Wait, what? I swear to God, I hear what sounded like a child laughing and then something on my legs. Then I go back to school. And some girl I'm meeting for the first time is doing tarot readings, and the first thing she says to me is, I have a spirit.
Now, is that a quote? Are they saying, is the tarot reader saying, I have a spirit? Or the kid writing this story?
Yeah, telling me that I have a spirit.
Yeah.
Now, I have come home for Thanksgiving, and my mom tells me she woke up because of a dark figure hovering over her. Those 3 question marks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the 6th. That it's the 6th or 7th, or so time it's happened. Been sleeping with the lights on since. Now it's Christmas break, so I've been home for about a week and woke up at 3 a.m. on the dot due to my speaker getting turned on. Mind you, we live in a newer house in a newer neighborhood. Thoughts? Yeah, what are those thoughts on your end, X?
Well, I wouldn't know. They say they have... The story doesn't make any sense. And as we'll see, one of the first comments here, it literally starts with, hello, your attachment. So people are assuming this person has an attachment. Tarot reader is saying you have a spirit. But if that's the case, why is it only happening at his house and not at school? Because an attachment would be attached to him, wouldn't it? It'd be following him around.
Yeah, it would follow him, yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it just sounds like a paranoid kid. I mean, the fact that he moved the mirror away from his bed and that made the feeling of someone watching him stop. Clearly that was him. He was waking up. It's dark. You can't see, but you're looking directly at a mirror. Technically, you're looking at yourself. So
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't have a mirror in my room, so I never get that feeling. Actually, no, I do. I get the feeling someone's watching me all the time, but it's because my freaking cats are. Like,
yes.
Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, huh? And I'll look, and the cat is literally just right over me, staring directly at my face. And I'm like, I think
I've said it before. If at any point you want to have like plausible deniability as far as paranormal goes,
yeah, just get a cat.
Get 2 cats. Like, you can blame anything on a cat that you're not looking at. Yeah. Let's see some of the comments here. Comment number 1 says, hello. Your attachment is of an intelligent/active ghost, and it doesn't matter the age of a home. What does matter is if something happened on the land even before the house was built, or if something occurred in the house before your folks got there, or if any type of remodeling happened or additions made. Other possibilities is any of you purchased an antique or something from an estate sale, etc. You gave one example and then said etc. I know a method to move this entity out of your home and away from you folks. I used it to get a male ghost from my home. It worked, and I never seen him again. Let me know if you want me to tell you about it. It's free. I honestly, just say it. You don't have to pitch this, right?
Yeah, this is the second time since we've started this podcast in over a year of reading several stories that someone has said, if you want this advice, it's free. And I'm like, well, just give it, dude.
Right.
Like,
yeah, if it's free, go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Let's see. OP has a response to this that says, yes, please, what is the method? As if to say, please, why are you making me respond to this? Then the commenter in response says, when you are at home, make sure you are alone and no one can hear what you're saying. If that cannot happen, do this in a part of your home no one can hear you or when everyone is asleep. You say out loud. That was written so weird.
So they say here, they're like, okay, get somewhere where you're alone so that no one can hear you saying this. And if no one can, and if that's not possible, if there's people around, just go to a part of your house where no one can hear you.
Yeah.
It's so redundant.
Let's see. You say out loud, normal talking voice is fine. But you can also put on a silly little voice if you want. You say your full name and that you're calling on the spirit. Squadron?
Yeah.
Okay. To help, could you Google that real quick?
Yeah.
To help you get the ghost that is haunting you and your family to move on. Please be courteous. And to them, say please and thank you. Oh, no, sorry. That says please be courteous to them and say please and thank you. Then, when finished, make sure you don't say anything to anyone for 3 days. See what transpires. Best of luck and let me know how things are going after the 3 days.
Okay, so we read that as squadron because it would have to be something silly, right? For this whole thing. No, it's just squadron. When I Google it, all it says is squadron, an operational unit in an air force consisting of 2 or more flights of aircraft and the personnel required to fly them.
Oh, sure, like Rogue Squadron. But what does Spirit Squadron mean?
On the Spirit's squadron, is you're gonna have 2 ghost planes coming in to bomb your house and rid it of.
Ghost planes sound cool.
Rid of whatever the hell's bothering you. Oh, boy.
Okay. God, man, that's okay. I think my biggest problem with all this is not speaking to anyone for 3 days.
It's just ridiculous, right? It's like, hey, go where no one can hear you in your house, and then say out loud. You could just say it normal. You don't have to yell or nothing, but just call in this spirit squadron from oh my god, what's that game? Oh my god, the one with the animals that are Star Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Star Fox. It's a fucking get rid of these ghosts. But then you can't talk to anyone for 3 days. Like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Yeah, when you're finished, make sure you don't say anything to anyone for 3 days. Now, are you saying don't say anything relating to this or say anything at all? Because, I don't know.
That's what I thought, right? Because clearly this person is like, if it's not ghosts, someone in your house is fucking with you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
sure.
At least that's how it comes off to me. So,
Best of luck and let me know how things are going after 3 days. I don't know if that ever came up after 3 days or anything, but
this was 18 hours ago. It was just 1 day ago. We don't know.
That's right. We have to wait 2 more days.
Yeah.
Let's see. Comment number 2 says, since IMO,
in my opinion.
Oh, I think it's an attachment. I don't think the newer house or neighborhood has any influence, but take into consideration the land under all of it is old as time, and try to recall where else you've been lately. The OP responds to this with, when I'm at college, nothing ever happens there. Oh, nothing ever happens there is the weird thing. The only thing that has happened there was the tarot girl telling me I had a spirit. But I'm thinking about the past, and I remember I used to be able to see shapes in the dark when I was little. Okay, all right. I was convincing myself I would see figures of people, but again, I was little and god damn it. And just kinda would get bored and zone out into the darkness, And the thing with my mom, she says, the fucking grammar. And the thing with my mom, she says that only happens at this house. So I'm like, Now the OP responds a second time to this and says, But the dream stuff has been going on for probably like 4 years now.
Oh, I didn't edit this kid's grammar because it was so wild.
Man,
And I was
that bit right there, but again, I was little and like just kinda would. It is so hard to get through.
Okay, so this, the whole native land haunting stuff.
Oh, sure.
Don't know where that comes from. Like, obviously the Winchester house has legends of that, but the Winchester house is haunted by ghosts that the Winchester rifles have killed.
Right. The vengeful spirits that were killed by Winchester rifles.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that anytime someone's like Indian burial ground, forgive the reference, but poltergeist, right? It has to be poltergeist. Because I guess The Shining. Did The Shining come out before Poltergeist?
It had to have. I mean, the book did, right?
Well, the book came out like a year before the movie, but it was like, I think the late 70s. I don't know when Poltergeist came out, but like, I don't know where that whole idea came from, because all of this is native land, Like, who knows what happens under the apartment building that I'm living in right now.
Poltergeist, the movie came out in 1982.
Okay, so The Shining did come out first, and they do make reference, a very small reference. I just recently rewatched it in IMAX, which was a fun experience, although I was very tired.
Did you see Kubrick's or King's?
Kubrick's.
Okay.
And which is based on the King novel, but like, I don't know. That movie is definitely more about alcoholism and how it destroys a family unit rather than about like Native Americans haunting you. But I don't know. I don't buy that.
Here's a good reason not to buy it. And like, this is just me kind of, like, oh, I'm funny. How far back does it go? Is there a statute of limitations on how far back a ghost can
that's
like
literally what I was about to say. I'm like, okay, so the natives were angry. Like, at this point, we're 250 years removed from all of that. Like, how much of a grudge are they going to hold against us, the people who didn't have anything to do with that? I mean, you would hope that they would still haunt like the assholes that perpetuate the system that keeps all this going. But like, I mean, I didn't have anything to do with it, and I feel remorseful, like, why would they bother me? I don't know. I just,
Well, my thing is like, how come we're not hunted by cavemen?
Well, because we didn't massacre cavemen. No, that's not true. We did massacre, we killed off the Neanderthal,
Neanderthals,
right?
There was a few other sects of human being that are no longer around, obviously, but Homo erectus, like.
That's a good question. Who knows? Maybe they are. A lot of times these people don't see like an actual figure,
Oh, right. So it could be anybody.
Yeah. So.
Interesting. All right. Last comment here just says, this sounds way more like sleep paralysis anxiety than anything supernatural, especially since it only happens at home and stopped at school. Stress and suggestion can make it feel very real. And comment, that's great. That's a great response.
Okay, so I included this comment, but I don't see how this is sleep paralysis at all.
I guess the poster never said that he was like...
That he was stuck, but he also doesn't say that he moves either, so... I don't know. Every once in a while we'll get these stories and I'm like, this is... If you think about it too deep, this is kind of sad. A lot like The Shining and the alcohol themes, like the alcoholism themes. It sounds like something's going on at home, man. Sounds like you don't want to be there.
You got some kind of repressed emotions that are coming to light at home.
When you're off at school, it's not there. It's not relevant to your life in those moments, so it's just not happening, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's it's a story.
It is definitely a story that we have said out loud.
Yeah. Fun grammar in there. Kind of a nothing burger, but that's fine.
Okay. It happened. It's the first story.
All right, next story from the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit, posted 7 years ago. I fucking love this subreddit. Like, it's so
it's a popular choice.
I don't really believe in the paranormal all that much. I'm willing to like indulge in the idea. I'm willing to hear people out. The glitch in the Matrix people really, no way, man. Like, could this all be a simulation? Of course. Are the weird things that the people post in here glitches? No, they're not. And I think most of these are made up. But let's see how this one goes. This one is very similar to another story that we've read before. So let's see. This one's titled Waking Up Right Before a Creepy Call in the Middle of the Night. I once suddenly woke up in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. for no reason. A few minutes later, my cell phone started ringing. I thought, who the F would be calling at this time? I answered the phone, and an unfamiliar voice on the phone said, "Go back to sleep."
Oh.
And then hung up. Initially, I was mad and thought it was a prank, but how? Was it just a coincidence that they just happened to call me right at the moment I suddenly woke up in the middle of the night? Who was that? I tried to figure it out in my head and try to think of any idiots that would do something like that. I decided it wasn't worth stressing over at the moment and went back to sleep, take a drink.
Take a drink.
I thought I could figure this out the next day. When I woke up the next morning, I went through the call log on my phone and there were no traces of the call. What the F?
What the F?
WTF? There were other times when I would just randomly wake up right before a loud noise or bang, usually someone in my house who I almost thought that said drop kicked, who kicked or dropped something or threw a basketball against the wall very hard. Who the fuck are you living with? Jeez. Which would startle me, but I would already be awake at that point. The noise wouldn't happen until a second after I woke up. Never before. Edit. Right before receiving the creepy call, I know I quickly checked my phone to look at my notifications and messages, then turned off the screen and put the phone back down. But I didn't go online or on social media or anything that would give away to others the fact that I was awake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the edit made me think for a second that maybe one of the comments was going to be like, maybe you went online to check a message or something and someone saw you were online and then called you to be like, go to bed. There's no comment that says that. So I guess he just wanted to cover his bases here. Now, right here he says the noise wouldn't happen until a second after I woke up, never before. This has happened to me before, right? It's happened a lot of times, actually. I'll wake up and then something happens. For example, one of my freaking cats loves to slam a cabinet so that we would feed him. To the point that we have to tape it down. And we really have to go get one of those child lock things just for that cabinet. But like I woke up slightly early to come to this recording because I just woke up and I was like, oh, I guess I'm awake. And then I heard the cabinet slam and I was like, son of a bitch. Surely he must have been slamming the cabinet before that. And that's how I woke up, right? Maybe the noise is happening while you're asleep. You just don't know it because you're asleep. And when you wake up, you hear it again and you're like, what the heck is that? And then it just stops because you're awake. I don't know. But I know the freaking cabinet stopped because when I wake up and I hear it, I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then
you son of a bitch, cat.
So I don't know. Is this weird? Definitely. This reminds me of the Menger Hotel episode that we did where his wife's cell phone went off. But that one was creepier because it was his number calling her that he left in the closet for some reason, right? This one is just, it is creepy in its own way, right? Because someone calls you and says, go back to sleep. WTF? But I don't know. This doesn't seem like a glitch to me.
It doesn't seem like a glitch, but also like it would be easy to know if someone just woke up when they answered the phone, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, if I were to call you at 4 a.m. and you answered and all I said was like, go to sleep. Yeah, that would make sense, right? But if
a pretty safe bet that I woke up and answered the phone.
Yeah. You can also tell like from their voice, like hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you always think inevitably every time you're asleep and your phone wakes you up, you answer it. You wait a second, you're like, let me compose myself.
Yeah.
Hello. It never works. Like everybody can always tell that you just woke up. So, okay, let's get into the comments here.
Yeah.
This first comment says, I frequently wake up moments before receiving a call or text or otherwise being exposed to a disturbance. I believe it has been shown in studies that our bodies react to things 3 seconds before they occur, which in itself begs a lot of questions about the nature of reality. I almost forgot what subreddit we were in.
Yep.
That could account for waking up prior to all those times. Again, that seems to be a common phenomenon, actually, but doesn't explain the slightly ominous message contained within the call itself. Very creepy. Okay, so this person says they wake up moments before calls or texts. Now, I know you're an Android user. I don't know if Androids do this, but I have an iPhone. And iPhones, when you receive a text message, you get a ping. And then if you don't respond, or if you don't acknowledge it, like you don't pick up your phone and look at the notification, after 2 minutes, it pings again.
Oh.
So, yeah, there's plenty of times that I've woken up and then hear the ping and I look and someone just messaged me. But surely it could have been that it pinged once, kind of startled me. And then when I laid there awake for a minute, it pinged again. But, yeah, I don't know. The call thing, obviously, there's no explanation to waking up right before a call, possibly just coincidental, unless they tried calling you before and then this is their second attempt.
My phone, right before an alarm will go off, it'll start vibrating before the chime will go. Right? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a thing with this, but
yeah, that would make sense. The iPhone, eventually they updated it so that you can do like a slow wake up, so where your phone will just slowly build in volume, and it never gets to like an excessive volume because it's meant to just stir you awake. But obviously we're not talking about an alarm here, we're talking about a call. But let's see, the OP does respond to that with, thanks, that makes me feel a little better. When I looked up this thing a long time ago, I had only found instances about people waking up right before thunders. I think they mean like thunder claps.
Right.
Which is apparently a natural phenomenon. Well, yeah, there's like static in the air, right? You can sense.
There's definitely a build of yeah. And also there's a fantastic bright light that happens right before thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're asleep and you wake up right before thunder, it's probably because the lightning flash was so bright. Yeah. Your body was like, what the heck was that? We live in Colorado where it doesn't fucking rain ever, so I don't even remember the last time this happened to me. Okay, let's see. Comment number 2 is kind of a long one here, but it says, funny, as I'm reading this, there was a loud bang in the other room. Just firewood being brought in. Jarring, but not at all freaky like this one night that prevented me from getting a good night's rest. One night, redundant, I woke up out of a sound sleep sometime after 2 a.m. Not the witching hour, but we'll allow it.
Close enough.
I didn't have to pee and I didn't feel startled by anything. I remember lifting my head to look at the clock, wondering why I woke up and how much I wanted/needed rest because I had a college class in the morning. After laying there for a few minutes, trying to get back to sleep, I heard a noise right above my head. Now that freaking startled me. I shot up and quickly turned on the lights. I looked at the location that the sound came from. Sitting on the shelf was a music box. One music note had played from it.
Okay.
I was super odded out because I just happened to. I've never heard that phrase.
Odded out. That's ODDED.
Yeah, because I just happened to wake up in time to hear this. I hadn't played that music box in such a long time. So did the gear suddenly move by itself at this precise moment? Before that, I never heard it play by itself, and especially afterwards, with more awareness, I haven't heard it do that again. So this comment did have a bunch of responses to it. And it was mostly people kind of being like, I feel like it moved for a reason, so on and so forth. The OP even had a really long response with a different story, but I was like, we're not getting into other stories. So, okay, I have a theory for this one, right? It's a music box. Any little bump will make a note play. I have a couple of them in my house that if I pick it up, it'll be like ding, ding, ding. Maybe it was a mouse.
It could have been a mouse.
Yeah, it could have just been a mouse bumped into it. It heard you like waking up and was like, "Oh, let me get out of here." Bumped into your music box and made a little tune.
I mean, also like music boxes are powered by springs, right? Like you have to wind up most music boxes. I don't want to say all, but most music boxes. And if those are wound in a way, and I guess if they're old, like just bumping the table they're on could.
Yeah. Just any kind of bump would have made it play a single note. I don't know if it's just started playing on its own, that would be something worth freaking out about. But just hearing like a single note, I wouldn't worry about it unless you're afraid of mice or
and then
any
you
kind of
really
bug.
got something to worry about.
Yeah. Okay. Another comment here says, if there was no trace of the call, then it sounds like you just had a false awakening and you were actually still dreaming. Totally possible too, right? Could just be your subconscious conjuring up a scenario in which it's like, go back to sleep, idiot.
I have had these more now, like more later in life than I ever have, where I will wake up under the full impression that what just happened in my dream happened in real life. Whether that be knocking on my door or like, what was it the other day? Jenna was getting ready for work and she just heard me go, hello? And she was like, what? And she like peeked into the room and she was like, hey, are you talking in here? And I was like, yeah, you knocked on my door, right? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, I really like, I had a whole conversation in here.
Oh man, how strange. I've said it several times on this show, but I have false awakenings all the time where I literally start getting ready for the day. I've never been like creeped out by it though. I've always just been kind of like, well, I guess I didn't wake up, fucking idiot. Like, get up. You gotta get up. So I don't know. I think it's totally possible that it's just a dream. But let's see, another final comment here says, I still believe that when you wake up for no reason in the middle of the night, it's because someone's staring at you. And this thought creeps me out all the time. I only included this comment because it was very reminiscent of your first story.
Oh, but, sure. And it's a mirror and it looks just like me.
I know when I wake up to the sensation that someone is watching me, it's not because I just feel like someone's watching me. Because again, someone is. It's my cat. My cat also weighs 16 pounds and is putting all of his pressure on his front legs into my shoulder. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I did not know that cat weighed so fucking much.
Yeah. He looks bigger with all the fur, but...
The fur definitely goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for that story. Let's go ahead and move on to your second one here.
My second story is titled Footsteps at 3 a.m. You and I used to live in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. That's super long hallway. Jeez. It was so creaky.
We lived in student housing because it was COVID and we got a really good deal. Mm-hmm. And the apartment above us housed innumerable college-aged girls. 10
plus, yeah.
Yeah, and Footsteps at 3 a.m. was the least of our worries. Footsteps at 3 a.m. This is posted in r/paranormal as of 9 days ago. It is flared as debunk this. So when I'm reading this, Mr. X, I want you to really think about the things it possibly could be. Okay?
Yeah.
So for context, my husband and I share our bedroom with our infant daughter, who is in a cot alongside our bed. In the room... So you put your infant daughter in a cot? Anyway, okay, whatever. In the room next to us is our 7-year-old son.
No,
who
hold on.
sleeps in a hammock.
This might be a like a European person who just has a different meaning for cot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. My husband got up to go to the toilet. Oh, to go to toilet. Hey, you're onto something there. To go to toilet approximately 3:30 a.m. and woke me up doing so. He's so loud in there. He got back into bed. We were both laid facing each other. We had been talking for about 15 minutes, so we're both awake and not in dreamlike state.
Okay.
We were done chatting and had just said goodnight again to each other and were about to go to sleep when we heard footsteps run from the bathroom across the landing into our bedroom, ran the length of our bedroom along the bottom of our bed and I guess toward the bottom of the bed and up the side of the husband's side of the bed and just kind of stopped and stood there. And it even felt like someone was stood over our bed, parentheses, didn't see anything, but more like that feeling that someone or something was there. We both looked, expecting to see our 7-year-old's, was it son? Our 7-year-old. However, there was no one there. I made my husband go investigate. Go investigate the side of the bed.
Yeah, turn around and look at the bed, like the side where there's nothing. Yeah, okay.
So I made him go investigate, and our 7-year-old was fast asleep in his bedroom, so no way it could have been him.
I see. She made him get up and go to the room.
Yes.
Or
this happened last Monday, and it just happened again last night. Last night was the same thing, although we had both been asleep and the running footsteps woke us both up. I feel really spooked right now. My bedroom used to be my cozy, safe haven, and now it feels eerie in here. Can anyone debunk this? Not sure if this is relevant, but here's some extra info. Point number 1 is, we found scratch marks above the bed. We don't have a cat. Wait, like above, like on the wall or on the ceiling?
Yeah, cat wouldn't get up there. So.
Room recently painted, so it's how we know that they're new, and our kids can't reach the height of it. Point number 2 is the bedroom lights flicker from time to time. And point number 3 is, one occasion years ago, when opening a bedroom door, the bathroom bin had been placed right outside the door. Son was sleeping out and daughter wasn't born. I was like visiting a friend, I guess. I was on nights and husband was alone when it happened. So the bathroom trash can was placed outside the bedroom door?
Yeah. I guess the ghost was like, dude, you need to take out this trash.
Yeah, it's time. You really got to get rid of this. You just keep stuffing it down and like, just take it out.
Yeah. Now, okay, this was posted 9 days ago. This is a creepy story. Like,
it is a creepy story.
It feels like something out of a Conjuring movie, right? Although in The Conjuring, they would ruin it by putting a weird-looking woman at the end of the bed. But
sure, yeah. Like a Paranormal Activity is what it's giving me.
Yeah.
I do need to know, for context, if these people live above another house. Like, if it doesn't say if it's a house or an apartment or a flat, but my immediate thought, and I don't know why this is my immediate thought, was someone has put shoes on the end of sticks and they are slamming them against their ceiling down their hall.
Okay, I see. That's something we thought about doing, right? Because
yeah, absolutely.
We would make the joke all the time in Philly that it sounded like these girls were wearing clogs as they maneuvered around their apartment because it was so loud.
You know those wooden shoes that samurai wear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the sandals, yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know what else this could be. Like, it is a genuinely scary story. It would make me not want to sleep in that room for sure.
Yeah. No, it's even... Okay, so the first comment here, it's a long comment, and the OP had an even longer response. But the way the OP ends their response is also very creepy to me, but for some reason it makes them feel comfortable. But yeah, dude, I don't know. If I heard running and then it just stopped right next to me, I'd go stay in a hotel for a while. I don't know.
Absolutely. And you'd have to do that thing and like you'd look like an idiot, but just kind of punch where you think someone would be standing.
Be like, yeah.
Just to see.
I mean, these these sound like Europeans, so they're probably not inherently violent people, but like, yeah, in America, you'd be like
to conquer this ghost.
It's like when you get sleep paralysis, you have the urge to fight, right? It's because it feels like somebody's holding you down, and all you want to do is like punch at the air, but you can't because your body won't move. So yeah, I don't know.
That's definitely freaky. Yeah. So comments. Comment number 1. This is one of the more chilling experiences I've read in a while here, and not even for the type of activity which seems pretty innocuous at this point. It's the fact that it's been witnessed by both you and your spouse simultaneously on 2 separate occasions. Now, that gave me goosebumps because that makes it much harder to dismiss, especially with you both being fully awake the first time. The second time might have creeped me out even more so, being that it was intense enough to wake you both up from your slumber. Are you light sleepers? Did you both agree it was the sound of running footsteps that roused you? This is a pretty fascinating and compelling story, and it would absolutely give me the heebie-jeebies as well if it were happening in my home. But at least, but at least it's not. But at least for the time being, it doesn't sound nefarious. It does seem to be gaining in intensity, though, based on your descriptions, and since you've confided that it makes you feel uncomfortable in your home, I would recommend doing your absolute best to avoid acknowledging it altogether. I've read countless experiences like these, and one takeaway that seems pretty universal is that these things seek out your attention above all else, and it is a widely held belief that your fear and acknowledgement actually give them more power to manifest and make matters worse. I hope this was helpful.
Okay. Just ignore it. Okay, the OP does say something in their response here that I didn't realize because they don't really explain it in the story, but they say it sounded very childlike. That's a little less creepy. If it was a grown man running at you, very scary. Although I would still probably punch a child if it did that to me. So.
What did you learn, idiot?
Okay, so in the OP's response, it is editorialized because there was a whole extra paragraph that was pretty long, but I just picked out what seemed to be the most relevant here. So,
I would say, so this is the response. I would say we are both light sleepers, particularly attuned to noises that could be the kids, but we are also sleep deprived with a baby. Yeah, we both agreed it was running. It sounded very childlike. I'm sure my husband even started the sentence back to bed, but can't fully remember how much of the sentence he got out, as I ended up frozen with fear. Yeah. One thing that brings me slight solace is my baby daughter will look daily, if not every other day, into the space where the footsteps always end, and she smiles and laughs at unseen stimuli. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So, I don't know what to make of that, but...
It's a little child ghost. Okay, I'm not going to say ghost, right? Right now, what this sounds like to me is that the 7-year-old is astral projecting into the room. He's like,
okay,
I'm thirsty. Let me go ask my parents for some water.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Oh, wait. They can't see me. What's going on?
I forgot I'm in my spirit form.
Yeah. See, I was gonna make the joke that it's also a mouse, which is very heavy footsteps.
Very fat mouse.
Yeah,
that's how it can operate music boxes.
He's like, but yeah, no, that's a little less creepy that it's childlike. Unless you're afraid of children, then it's more creepy. But
and then you got more to worry about. This episode's full of those.
Yeah.
Let's see. Moving on to comment number 2. It says, get cameras, check for froggers. That's PHROGGERS. Froggers, maybe. I'm sorry this is happening. You deserve to feel safe.
Yes.
And you have so politely posted here a dictionary.com link for frogging.
Yeah, which we've talked about before on the show.
Have we?
Yeah, I guess we just didn't know there was a name for it.
Frogging is the act of secretly living in another person's home without their knowledge or permission. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Those wall dwellers.
Those friggin' wall dwellers. The OP responds to this and says, that's my biggest fear. We have 2 loft spaces, one above the main house and another, which is, it's a house. Okay. Which is more like a crawl space above our extension, which is the same size of the house on the back. The main loft is screwdrivered, not sure if that's the right word, shut. It's screwed shut. You got it.
Yeah.
You need to climb up with separate ladders and use a screwdriver or drill to undo the bolt to open up the hatch. Hey, that's concerning, actually. Why is that? Why not just get a lock?
Well, it's like in America, you'll often see the little hatch to like the attic in a house, but it's not like a door. It's literally just like a square that's cut out in the roof, and they just
put like a plank.
They just lay a piece of wood on it. There's no lock or anything. You just push it up. It's so strange. Maybe it's a safety thing.
Maybe so. Let's see. The extension loft is just a little bolt thing. We have cameras in the home already, as I have epilepsy, so they monitor when I'm home alone. They are in every room, minus the bathroom. Never caught anything. Other than the sensor.
In the bathroom.
That's your sweet spot right there. Other than the sensors might say person detected. Other than that, the sensors might say person detected when there was no one in that room.
Creepy. So even your cameras are saying you got a ghost.
Cameras can't lie. Let's see.
Yeah, your Tesla definitely knows when there's ghosts around you. It's not just because it's a piece of shit. But yeah.
Comment number 3 says, creepy AF, especially with me laying here awake since about 3 a.m. Since you're asking for this to be debunked, I'll ask you this. Any possibility there could be animals in the loft / on the roof? My ex and I just had a heart attack one time hearing a massive raccoon.
A heart attack.
Oh, sorry. Just about had a heart attack.
No,
I read that so casually.
Because of this raccoon.
Because of hearing a massive raccoon walking across our roof. And I grew up in a house that had a possum living in the air vents. Things sounded like a human stomping around down there. I finally went to the crawl space to investigate and came face to face with the nasty little effer, which laid its ears back and hissed at me. Scary in its own way for sure, but not a person or an entity. Now, there's no response to this.
No.
But I'll go ahead and respond and say, no raccoon walking around sounds like a human person walking around. I don't care how big the raccoon is.
I don't know, because, I listened to this podcast where one of the host was talking about how, like, every time he went to go take a dump in his bathroom, he would hear like a racket in the roof that sounded like one of those old cartoony brawls, you know, where you imagine like a dust cloud and people rolling around. And he even posted the audio from it, and it was loud as fuck. And his first thought was that it was squirrels, because he knew that there were squirrels that would get into his house. But man, it was crazy loud for some squirrels. But I think he eventually got like an exterminator, and it took care of the problem. So who knows? Huh. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if this is if they're in Europe from their vocabulary here, are there raccoons in Europe?
Yeah, I'm sure they got raccoons out there. Yeah,
or at least something similar.
I mean, their possums are definitely less intimidating. But
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. An animal could be. I don't know. But it doesn't. They say. I mean, they don't actually say. But from the sound of it, it seems like the footsteps are on the floor, not on the roof.
On the floor, like on their, like the floor that they're standing on, right? Like the level. Could be.
I don't know if you've seen these videos of cats when they get under things. Sometimes they'll be upside down and they'll use their feet to run. Yes. Like they'll put pressure on whatever's over them and they'll like run. Yeah, maybe you have something in your crawl space under your floors that's like, I don't know, running like that or something. Ugh.
Got a weird little guy down there. Last comment on here just says, that's crazy. Maybe call a priest. But also, I chased a ghost out of my friend. Sorry. I chased a ghost out of my friend's house before by saying the Our Father Lord's Prayer and calling on Archangel Michael via prayer as well. So there's that.
Yeah. Prayer. prayer seems to do stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's get on to our last story because we're
Do it.
running up on time here. This one's from the Ghost subreddit, posted 5 years ago, simply titled, "Woke up at 3 a.m. to my room filled with smoke." Okay. Not a story, 100% true, and I still don't understand this at all. Not too long ago, after my grandpa passed in 2019, I woke up at 3:13 a.m. to my bedroom completely filled with smoke. I woke up almost panicking because my first thought was, oh fuck, my house is on fire. But there was no smell to the smoke at all. My mom and stepdad were chain smokers, but they weren't awake. It didn't smell like cigarette smoke. Well, if they're chain smokers and they're not awake, I would definitely be concerned that maybe one of those cigarettes got away. Let's see. I let my eyes adjust to the dark, rubbed my eyes about 50 times to make sure I wasn't seeing things, and I wasn't. It was thick, and when I put up my hand to touch it, it acted like real smoke, how it dispersed. I turned on the flashlight on my phone, and poof, it was gone. Anyone have any idea what the F it was? A little bit of a background, I was legitimately one of those creepy kids that held conversations with ghosts. I can pick up energy. Take a drink. My dog does as well. I've had many encounters, but this is the one that just left me absolutely clueless. When my grandpa was on his deathbed, I was the only person he acknowledged, and we had an extremely close relationship. When he died, I was definitely really upset and sad, but at the same time, I knew he was at peace and lived a good life. I'm usually a very emotional person, but for some reason, I wasn't a crying mess other than when I was told he passed. Has anyone else experienced this? I can't find anything on Google that matches my experience, that it disappeared when I turned on my flashlight. Okay. It's strange. We've never heard a story like this either. So,
Yeah.
let's see. The comments here have to say, this first comment here says, "This is the first time me hearing something like this and very interesting." Ditto. OP does respond to this with, "I have never heard of this before either. That's why I'm so confused and still am. I've had more encounters than I can count, but I've never heard or dealt with something like this. I don't get scared when it comes to those things, but I got a little scared when I saw that. I saw ghosts in different forms that were obvious spirits, but this one still has me very confused." Okay. Do you have any theories as to what this could be, Mr. R?
No. I mean, I could just be like, oh, it's the electricity.
Now, okay, they say smoke, and you know they even said they ran their hand through it and it acted like smoke. Well, I mean, shit. If I woke up and saw smoke, my first response wouldn't be, "Whoa, is this real?" I would jump out of bed and be like, "Where's this coming from?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Or especially if it's like all over the room, the first thing you should do is roll out of bed, hit the floor, and make sure you're not breathing that shit in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's strange.
And when I put my hand when I put up my hand to touch it, it acted like real smoke, how it disperses. I don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like a non-Euclidean gas.
Let's see. There are a couple other comments here that have their own theories. This one here says, "Must have been a hypnopompic hallucination. I get them once in a while. More often, I have auditory hallucinations, though. And when astral projecting, they say you have hallucinations just as you are in the space between separation from your body and your astral realm. You hear all kinds of things as you separate from your body. You're supposed to ignore it or you'll wake up before you separate. Okay? And I'm betting sleep paralysis happens when you wake up in astral realm but fail to separate completely from your body. That's why you can see spirit beings in that state." Okay. Now, hypnopompia is it's the state of consciousness leading out of sleep. So when you wake up like, oh, when you're answering the phone, that's a hypnopompic state. Now, there is, from Wikipedia, there's a little thing on the hallucinations here. It says, hallucinations are commonly understood as sensory perceptions that occur in the absence of objective stimulus. Okay. As this definition implies, though, like dreams, most hallucinations are visual. They can encompass a broader range of sensory experience. Okay. Slightly less common, but not unheard of, are some aesthetic hallucinations involving the sense of touch and location, with such experiences ranging from tactile sensations to full-blown senses. Stop. My God. Sensestopathic or out-of-body experiences. Astral projecting, please. This is a paranormal podcast, which involves sudden changes in the perception of the body's location or even a sense of movement of the entire body. It seems like this commenter just read Wikipedia once and was like, I'm going to use this a lot. There's no response from the OP. I don't think they thought they were astral projecting or even trying to astral project. Right. This next comment here I love because it's so stupid. Was the temperature off when you saw the fog or smoke? We, like literally who is we? We call that ectoplasm, by the way.
Oh, well, I'm not a part of we.
Very, very a matter of fact. That's ectoplasm, okay? The proper name for it. And it's what ghost spirits, elementals are made of. Okay. Wild response. I hope he does respond here with, my room was a little cold, but honestly, I wasn't paying attention to that because of my focus on the smoke and whatever the hell I was looking at. I didn't feel a sudden temperature change though, but I was asleep and woke up, so if there was one, I would have missed it. Okay. When I read this story, ectoplasm was not anywhere near any of my like top 100 possible options for this, but this commenter seems very confident in that idea. So,
and you know what? A lot of people would suggest that confidence is enough.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last comment here is very similar. I just had something like this happen to me last night. I fell asleep for a short period of time, then suddenly I woke up and looked over at my desk to see that my room was filled with thick fog/smoke. I looked at my phone to check the time and turned my flashlight on, but it didn't disappear at all, so I started to freak out a little bit. Then I looked at the pill bottles on my desk, and it all started to slowly go away. Find it really interesting this has happened to someone else. If you figured out more about it since you made this post, I'd really like to hear. Okay, now this person mentions pill bottles.
Uh-oh.
that gives me an idea of what it might be, but strange. Hey, two of these stories in one post.
I'm going to go ahead and say, stop eating so many pork rinds.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Chill it on the pork rinds.
Yeah, chill out on the pork rinds.
It's the official Paradude stance.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I don't have any Ask X, but I am posting something in the media that I think you'll enjoy.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, it's a video. Okay. Let's pull this up. Okay, starting the video. Oh, well, okay. Oh my. Okay, hold on. Let me just get through this before I go into what it is. Now, this is from the weird subreddit. Okay, so the video starts. We're in a driveway, and there is just a kid crawling on all fours into the building. We switch to a different view inside the building. Kid's still crawling. And then we switch.
It should be, these are CCTV footage, right?
And then we switch to a third location and kid crawling. Now, okay, so this looks like I don't like using this term, but it looks like a third world country. So like somewhere,
I see. Yeah.
So it's not like a building like we're used to here in the States or even in Europe. It's like a concrete structure that has a lot of open space. So it kind of looks like a warehouse. So if you're looking at this as if it's in somewhere in the U.S., you might think, oh, creepy abandoned building with somebody crawling in. But in the first frame, there's literally a pretty nice car parked out front.
Yeah.
And it looks like a pretty nice little area. There's palm trees and stuff. Pretty tropical. So, let's see. First comment here. That's just Dave.
Classic. That user was deleted, so we don't know what Dave is up to.
Someone else says, me on the way to the fridge to eat some shredded cheese. that username is Eepy Cheapy.
Eepy Cheapy.
Yeah. Someone else here says, that's just somebody messing around. And it looks like a kid. It's pretty small.
It does look like a young person.
And then the last one I'll read here says, oh, for the good old days when you could do weird stuff on the way home from the pub, safe in the knowledge that no one would see you. Or if they did, no one would believe them.
What? That's not what I think this is.
Yeah, no, this is clearly just a kid messing around. Why he does it for so long? That's creepy. But like,
hey, God forbid kids have hobbies.
Yeah. No, he does kind of look like a frog, though. A little weird. But all right, I think that's gonna do it for us.
Yes, that's going to do it for this witching hour. Did we say that? Did we mention the witching hour? Did we say that once in this episode?
No, I don't think so. But if you know anything about the witching hour, yeah, that's why we're reading stories that take place at 3 a.m. So.
Right, yeah. That's going to do it for the 3 a.m. witching hour themed episode. Thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure. I'd also like to thank Dale Dale and Ender for our intro and music. That's awesome. Appreciate that. And if you have any stories or websites or maybe even newspaper articles that you'd like us to read for the show, go ahead and send them to us. You could also write down in the comments or send something directly to us on our Reddit, which is PONDPOD.
Yeah. And if you're enjoying the show, you can do a couple things for us, such as leave a 5-star review or less on whatever platform you listen on. And you can check out some of the other shows that we do, such as Sequel Factory, where we watch a movie and pitch an idea for a sequel that nobody asked for with our good friend Jet Kuso. And you can also catch Mr. R and Mr. E on The Dirty 22 for some D&D fun. Now, we've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even friends. So remember, if you can't explain it, it's probably a Frogger. And until next time, stay tuned and stay haunted. Ooh.